down.
You guys, right over here, guys, over here, guys, over here, guys, up top, up top.
Good.
Next to him.
And then right over here in the middle, so.
Gentlemen on your left side, gentlemen together.
And then guys back this way for me again. That's great.
You guys, right over here.
And then right next to her, so.
Right up here, Seth. Right up
Seth, how
here.
about a thumbs up there? Thank you,
Thank you so much.
It is right here. Hold on. Come this way. Touch right there. Hold it. 1 second. Nice smile.
I mean, the cast's so good. Like, he's obviously a very funny guy. Someone I've worked with many times over the years. And Keanu, is probably the star of one of the first comedies I was ever truly a fan of, in the form of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which I think came out when I was like 7 or 8 years old and was honestly one of my first favorite movies, And Parenthood was a movie I always really loved. And in our writing, a movie we would reference a lot, and so he's someone I've always thought was unbelievably funny, and The Matrix and the John Wick movies, he makes some of the best movies out there, I think. Also, Keke Palmer's hilarious. She's so funny. Known her for a while. She's just a hysterical human being, and a pleasure to work with.
Well, Seth came on first, and then we brought on Keanu, and then Kiki, and then Sandra, and these were all like my people that I had in my head when I was writing the film. So I kind of lucked up and got my dream cast.
I play myself, so yeah, we just got to see it. I'm part of his part of what's going on in his life before and after he gets blessed.
It was kind of interesting. The casting call came in, and I was like, "What is this?" And I guess they were like, yeah, you play yourself. And so it was kind of interesting, like playing myself. This is kind of my everyday, like real life. So it was pretty easy to do that. But it's like really special. I think, the guys and everybody really cares about watches in this film, and that's what I do. And for them to care about that and have, the real watches in the film, I think was pretty special. And working with Aziz, he's been a friend for a really long time. There's kind of a hero watch in the film. I don't want to give too much away, but that watch kind of takes on a character in the film, and to be a part of that and to kind of spec it out was a really fun and interesting process.
It's a huge excitement. We worked really hard on this movie over a year ago, and it's such a long journey to get a movie into theaters, let alone a comedy. So the fact that it's finally out, people are able to see it, especially here in LA, where we shot the movie with an LA crew. It's, I'd like to call it an LA movie, so I'm pumped for people, LA and worldwide, to finally see it.
My character's a guy named Jeff, who's a very rich man, as our world has many of these days. And he's sort of like oblivious to the world's problems in a lot of ways, has sort of bought his way out of the common struggles that people face on a day-to-day basis. And he has his life switched with 𝘧𝘢𝘷𝘰𝘶𝘳, someone who is very in tune with the day-to-day struggles that people face, and all of a sudden, my guy goes from being like a very rich, comfortable guy to a very not rich guy who has to really find out how hard today's world is to just make a living,
Seth and I always talked about having this film play in theaters, and it's just such a communal experience of being in theater with your friends and laughing, and it's something that's kind of gone away after COVID and everything, and even a little bit before. There's just been less comedies that come out in theater, so I hope people go to this and they see it with their friends and they have a great time, and it kind of reminds them of those good times, and that we get more of those.
I think it's funny. It kind of reminds me of like classic comedy back in the day, which I think is something that's refreshing, as odd as that might sound, to have that be a part of kind of the world.
It's one of those things where as you're making the film and the cast comes together, the voices of the characters come alive, and I think the good fortune of this movie was the casting, and we were able to get kind of the perfect people to embody these roles. Keanu, Sandra Oh, Seth, Aziz. It's awesome.
I mean, I think to me, just like if a movie's really funny, then it's earned its way into a theater, and I think there's no better way to watch comedy than in a room full of other people. And for me, some of my greatest memories in theaters have been in comedies that are really funny, and so I think the movie's actually funny. So I think it for sure is something that it's better to see in a room full of people. Yeah.